This presentation on program-oriented evaluation was created by Carol, Hoda, Jeff, and Sean. Program-oriented evaluation begins with a focus on the key features of the program, which lead evaluators to the key questions to be addressed. This presentation will cover objectives-oriented evaluation, logic models, program theories, and goal-free evaluation. Program-oriented evaluation stems from objectives-oriented evaluation. Taylorian evaluation and Provost's discrepancy evaluation are the core of objectives-oriented evaluation. Taylor was the pioneer who saw value in orienting evaluation to the characteristics of a program. Provost expanded on this idea, viewing the program as a work in progress. Taylorian evaluation is heralded as a milestone in the growth of evaluation as a science. While most evaluations focused on students and assessments of their achievements, Taylor focused on the goals of the program. He switched the emphasis towards finding out what the program's goals were and evaluating whether these goals were being achieved. Provost introduced the discrepancy evaluation model, in which he describes a program as a work in progress that goes through 4 developmental stages, namely definition, installation, process, and finally product. It is in the final stage where we find out whether a program has achieved its goals. Despite being one of the most commonly used approaches, objectives-oriented evaluation has been criticized as so focused on goals that it may not reflect the worth of a program. Furthermore, such an approach can only be applied to programs that have clear, carefully planned goals that stakeholders are expected to follow during an application. Logic models and program theories have developed out of objectives-oriented evaluation and are designed to fill in the steps between the program and its objectives. They are like a black box or flight recorder. A logic model or program theory gives evaluators a look inside the black box to see what happens in a program after resources are expended and before results are measured. Logic models and program theories are used primarily to describe programs. They clarify program elements and can also be used for program improvement, management, evaluation, communication, advocacy, and fundraising. They make explicit the relationships between resources, activities, and results, and aid in identifying evaluation categories. Understanding a logic model is like following a series of if-then statements. If physical and human resources are input into a program, then outputs or activities result. If outputs result, then outcomes are achieved. Outcomes are changes in the program participants. Let us consider a simple example, a clogged sink. If I have some resources like Drano or a plunger and some time, then I can address the problem. If I have these resources or inputs, then I can perform the activities of pouring the Drano and plunging the sink. If I perform these activities or outputs, then the clog will be removed. The outcome is the proper functioning of the sink. Program theories go beyond logic models by developing a rationale for a program's success. They start with the client and the assumptions the program has about the client. Logic models start a step after that, with program input. If a theory does not articulate the causal links between a program's actions and its goals, it is a logic model. Theory-based evaluation develops program understanding. Donaldson provides 7 steps for theory development. 1. Engage stakeholders. 2. Develop a first draft. 3. Present the draft to stakeholders. 4. Conduct a plausibility check. 5. Communicate findings and revise. 6. Probe errors for model specificity. And 7. Finalize program impact theory. Ralph W. Taylor led the objectives approach, and Huey Chen and Leonard Bickman developed the theory-based approach. Objectives-oriented evaluation determines not only if program goals are being met, but also the extent to which goals are met. Theory-based evaluation compares how a program should work to how it actually works. A strength of objective-oriented evaluation is that it is easy to comprehend and put into practice. Also, evaluators are accountable for validity. Validity is obtained when the goals and objectives of the program are adhered to. The strength of theory-oriented evaluation is communication with the stakeholders, which gives insight into the program and how to properly evaluate it. A weakness of objective-oriented evaluation is that it does not help to understand the program context. Evaluators are told objectives and have no responsibility to evaluate if the objectives fit the program. A weakness of theory-oriented evaluation is evaluators focus on the function of the program, but not on how it's functioning, which can cause important factors to be missed. Goal-free evaluation was proposed by Michael Scrivens as an alternative to program evaluation. In goal-free evaluation, the evaluator has minimal contact with the program staff to avoid understanding the program goals. Ultimately, evaluators are not there to evaluate the proposed goals, but instead to evaluate the actual product. Goal-free evaluation views the evaluation of goals as unnecessary and potentially contaminating. Scrivens argues that alleged program goals are often vague and different from the real goals of the program. Many important program outcomes may fall outside the desired program goals, whether the outcomes are intended or not. The primary function of goal-free evaluation is to reduce bias from knowing program goals. Once evaluators are informed about program goals, they are limited in their perceptions. Thus, knowing these goals can act as blinders, which cause evaluators to miss important outcomes not directly related to the proposed goals of the program. Goal-free evaluation is criticized for using evaluators that only understand part of the data, which increases the chance that important effects are missed. However, a strength of goal-free evaluation is not identifying what others know, but rather what others miss. It is recommended that goal-free evaluations be used to complement goal-directed evaluations. Tyler and Provis advocate for the use of objective evaluation and program-oriented evaluation. Aided by the use of logic models, program theories, and goal-free evaluation, program-oriented evaluation aims to provide detailed information on a program's intended outcomes, actual outcomes, and other unanticipated effects. A recent case study conducted using program-oriented evaluation focused on a writing center. Through an evaluation of the intended program goals and the actual program outcomes, the program was changed to address the challenges students faced when trying to apply what they learned in the writing center to their school work.